So right now I'm in the state capitol, and this is all of the petitions that I've collected so far. This is my candidate's consent form, and I'm going to be turning that in, and hopefully I will be on the ballot. We're in a waiting room area right now. It's a nice couch and some magazines, just like in a doctor's office.
We just turned in petitions for 3 different candidates with the Green Party. And we are now waiting to make sure that all of the petitions were completed and that they're going to be accepted by the Secretary of State's office. This is the cross office building in the State House. We're going into Ben Chipman's office. This is Ben Chipman's legislative office. I'm his legislative aide, so I work here once a week, 1 day a week, and he shares this office with Senator Woodbury. That's his desk. They're the 2 independents in the entire legislature, so they get kind of the least desirable office in the entire State House complex. It's very small. It's right above the boiler room.
Wait, what exactly happens?
The Secretary of the House reads each bill. She's required to. But the legislature is allowed to dispense with the reading.
Of the title of the bill?
Well, she has to read the whole bill.
She has to read the whole bill?
Right, so if they didn't dispense with the reading, she would continue to read the entire bill. So the chair, at the same time that she's reading, calls for somebody to move to dispense with it and asks if it's the pleasure of the House, then puts a gavel down as soon as somebody requests it. And in that moment, the secretary stops reading.
So what we end up with is just 2 people talking.
Item 1-1 is Senate Paper 666.
Chairman stands the representative from Madison, Representative Curtis, moves the further reading of the joint order to be dispensed with. Is this the pleasure of the House?
2012.
The vote. Is it now the pleasure of the House? This joint order.
I'm State Representative Ben Chipman. I represent 3 neighborhoods in downtown Portland, Parkside, Bayside, and East Bayside neighborhoods. I've been serving since 2010. The proposals coming from the governor's office for budgets and to fill shortfalls are partly based on finances and numbers, and also partly based on philosophy and the governor's views on social services and his viewpoints on a variety of different issues. And so he's for a while not really thought that the state government should be funding Maine public broadcasting. And last year in his budget he proposed eliminating millions of dollars from MPBN. Today was Maine People's Alliance Lobby Day. Maine People's Alliance is a grassroots organization in Maine that has, I guess, over 30,000 members. They've been around for at least a couple of decades and doing great work, mostly around the issues of healthcare and the environment. They come up every year. They do a lobby day. So they were here. This is their lobby day for this year. They're here with members and supporters. I think they had over 150 or so members and supporters up here for a lobby day. They're concerned regarding cuts to Maine Care that were just some that were just approved in the last budget, and they're very concerned about that. But also they're here today. They were talking about with legislators. They were here to lobby their own legislators on issues of one was transparency and accountability with disclosure laws, and a proposal by the governor to exempt the executive department from certain disclosure laws and laws of transparency. So they're opposed to that bill. There's another bill that's come forward to drastically change the way that education funding works in Maine, and allowing people, if this is approved, would allow people to take funding out of a public school and direct it towards private schools and schools run by religious organizations and churches. So that's one bill they're opposed to, those changes. And so they were here to talk to legislators about that and see what people think, and to just they had a rally. They also were here to talk about the Responsible Budget Solutions plan that they've come up with, and they have a website for it that's been endorsed by the 2 major dailies in the state, daily newspapers. And that plan calls for requiring the top 1% of wage earners in the state to pay the same effective tax rate as the average Mainer, and to not cut any more people off Maine Care.